story because timing is everything. And I want to say something that this is like the best kept secret. We're a $3.1 billion company, but most of our growth is overseas. We only have 1,000th of 1% market penetration in the North America market, even less in the Latin American market. So I want to say right now, tenemos un grupo latina aquí. ¿Cómo están? So if you hear a little bit of voice back there, there's going to be some translation going on. But we're this is the chance that we have right now in North America and the Latin American market is absolutely huge. And we are, mark my words, we will see rooms of 1,000 to 2,000 people within a year or two in this market. So you're very much in the right place at the right time. So I can't think of anybody more amazing to be able to tell this story than someone that I just have such respect for. His name is Dr. Ben Lowe, and he will tell a little bit about his story, but he is an amazing medical doctor who has now brought all of his understanding, his expertise to Nu Skin. And so everybody stand up because this is a Blue Diamond $1 million earner, Dr. Ben Lowe.
All right. Well, I know you guys came here for a product expo, so we're just going to do a brief overview so you know what you're going to get to see and to experience, okay? And then if you want to know more, there'll be a chance to learn some more things after you get a chance to experience the different displays. So first, let me just ask you, how many of you are here at an event like this for Nu Skin and for the products for the first time?
That sounded good, right?
How many of you are kind of checking things out? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
all right, wonderful. Well, welcome. And so what I'm going to do to start is actually we're going to jump right in, and let me see if this works. Otherwise, we'll click it manually. Here, we'll do that. I'm going to give you just an overview in 3 key areas, okay? And the first is just an overview of the products. How many of you have not ever experienced a Nu Skin solution, either outside or inside any of the products? Never experienced the product. So that's one of the first things. And second is really the company that's behind these innovative world-class products. And this is a company that's now a multi-billion-dollar international company. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange and it operates in 53 countries. Okay, we actually have somebody who flew in from corporate that you'll be able to meet and hear from as well tonight. And then lastly, your own choices. Whether you're here just to find a solution to be healthier or look better or feel better yourself, or whether you are here looking for a vehicle or a way to create a different future for yourself financially, you'll have those options and you can get back with the person who invited you to explore those further. So with that said, one of the most exciting things for me as a doctor and for us that are here together is that what sets Nu Skin apart is over 30 years of a culture and a commitment to innovation. And if you take away one word tonight about the products, if you're wondering what's different, I would write that word down. That's one word in particular. You'll see that on a later slide, innovation. And it's really about understanding that aging is about a lot more than just wrinkles, okay? And the goal is to put tomorrow's anti-aging products in the hands of people today. And to do that, Nu Skin has actually brought together teams of scientists. And I just want to highlight this for you because as a doctor, this really stood out to me. I practiced as a medical physician for a number of years, saw lots of products from my patients and different things that they were representing. And one of the things that stood out here is rather than having a single doctor or researcher under whom all the products are based or the whole label is based, or just having outside consultants, Nu Skin has over 75 in-house scientists, leaders in their field around the world, working on bringing the best of what science and nature have to solutions that can benefit us today. In fact, I got to just see a private brief talk with Dr. Mark Bartlett, one of the chief scientists here, who used to be with the National Institutes of Health. How many of you have heard of the NIH, or the National Institutes of Health? Okay, just give you some outside references so you see the caliber of scientists that are here. Dr. Joe Chang, how many of you have heard of Johns Hopkins? okay? And in several pharmaceutical companies, he developed one of the first anti-rejection drugs. In fact, I just heard about someone today who says she's alive today because of the anti-rejection drug and the transplant, organ transplant that she got because of the drug that his team discovered. So this is the caliber of scientists that have chosen to partner here. This is the $100 million Innovation Center. It takes a whole city block that was just built in Provo, Utah in the past couple of years. And this is a similar size center in Shanghai, China. So this is the amount that's bringing scientists together. And what I heard Dr. Bartlett mention just recently is, in the past week actually, is why he is here. Is because as a scientist, instead of just their research going into a journal somewhere and sitting somewhere, they actually get to see it turn into real solutions that benefit people today. And so that's what we're going to be sharing with you. Now, what sets this apart in approach, okay, why is it so innovative, is that most people that approach aging, there's going to be a cause, and then there's going to be an effect, which is the symptoms on the outside. The traditional approach to so-called anti-aging is to treat the signs and symptoms on the outside, or wherever it is, okay? Try to do a quick or temporary fix. But what we're talking about here is the ability to actually identify and address the very sources and causes of aging that can lead to dealing with all the signs and symptoms, but now you've really made a lasting change and address the source. And how we do that is, in particular, a special approach called gene expression science. And what's exciting is we are able to do that with our teams of scientists working from the outside in. So you see that in a moment, and also from the inside out, depending where you want to start. Okay, but it's all about making your cells and you healthier. How many of you have ever heard a orchestra tuning up on TV or in real life? Heard all the instruments kind of tuning up before they play? Or know that after intermission, they usually tune up real quickly again because the instruments get out of tune? Well, how many of you have noticed looking in the mirror or how you feel that things have kind of changed as you age? Have you noticed any changes as you look in the mirror or around the waist or anything like that? Okay, so things change as we age, right? Things are getting out of tune with the signals. We couldn't see that before, but now we can. And these scientists, particularly with a couple scientists out of Wisconsin called LifeGen Technologies, they actually have about 30 years of research in the gene expression and aging and longevity, and their research is what I actually remember being breaking news when I was in medical school at Columbia University in New York City. Okay? They've actually come on board completely again to have their research turned into solutions, and what we can do now is with this partnership is see these signals that get out of tune and in a natural way, in a balanced way, retune them with what nature has to offer back to a more youthful, healthy pattern. How many of you would like to have a real tune-up where you could, your brain, your body, your cells could be retuned to how they were when you were younger and healthier without any artificial injections, stimulants, surgery, hormones throwing you off balance or anything like that? Would that be valuable to you? Right? So that's what, now, look at the different areas that we can do this. Now, how many of you have gotten a chance, and I'm just going to briefly mention on the different displays here, how many of you have gotten a chance to experience this handheld, patented device, okay? Gives you spa-like results in minutes in the comfort of your home. And you guys will be able to come up here and actually see a demo or even experience a demo yourself tonight if you would like, and see some of the changes in minutes and see some of the before and afters. Also, with this age lock science, how many of you have heard the term age lock? Like locking in your age, okay, but without the K. That just refers to retuning these signals in the different solutions that we have. And in addition to it being part of what you put on right after you use the spa, there's a whole family of solutions here called our transformation solution. How many of you would like, even when you're just washing your face in the morning or at night, what if you could, just by washing your face, retune the aging of your cells so they start getting younger and healthier over time before your eyes? Would that be nice? Just by washing your face. That's what's possible with this Age Lock Gentle Cleanse and Tone, okay? How many of you have gotten to experience any of our Age Lock on the inside? Okay? Anybody Vitality? Anybody Vitality? Anybody R Squared? TR90? All right, these are on display over there. Our nutrition, our PharmNext side. How many of you have experienced sleeping better? Better sleep, more energy during the day, maybe changes in your cravings and appetite, or some changes in inches, clothes, okay? You're going to hear some different experiences and be able to see that here, but this is resetting you on the inside. How many of you have had a chance to be scanned by the scanner over there on Life Pack or G3 Juice? Okay, you guys probably have heard of antioxidants that are in fruits and vegetables and are important in our nutrition. This actually is a key area that restores your micronutrients and antioxidants, and we have a way to measure it. And then how about our Epic line? Any of you enjoying our Epic line or the oils? That's right over here. Essential oils, we'll talk about more in a moment, is just in pre-release right now. And the whole Epic line is a line that actually has natural ingredients discovered through the wisdom of indigenous populations around the world that have been put into products that have really special benefits, and part of the purchase of each product goes back to these different populations and projects around the world. So several different lines. Now, look at the scanner. I mentioned that over there. This is actually in 30 seconds. It's based on Nobel Prize-winning technology. Okay, 30 seconds with using light, you can get an index of your antioxidant status. Now, how many of you ever wondered if you drink a juice or if you take a supplement, how many of you ever wondered if it's not just going down the drain? Or how do you know which one to choose? Any of you ever wondered that? Okay. Well, now, one of the things that's unique about this, either for your own personal benefit or any of you look at this from a business, is we have a patented technology that you can measure and see where you are. And these are the only supplements in the world that have an objective performance guarantee attached to them that you can measure. And if the score doesn't go up in 60 days, your customer or you get your money back. All right? Now let's just go a bit further. These are examples before and after the facial spa. You can see the right side versus the left side, even after a treatment. This is just using those anti-aging products, even without the spa. And you can see Anne's turkey neck that she talked about, and this is less than 90 days, okay, or about 90 days. And then here's TR90. Remember we talked about the metabolism slowing down as we age. Well, what happens, men and women, as we age each decade, even if you do nothing different, your body starts holding on to a little more fat and losing a little bit of muscle. Any of you notice that trend a little bit? Okay. And so what TR90 does is, and this guy's relatively young, but you can tell he's already on a path toward what happens when the waist gets bigger. Blood pressure starts to go up, blood sugar starts to go up. This is setting him on an unhealthy trend for the rest of his life, and he's been able to turn that around using the solutions that are here. And what's neat about TR90 is it helps retune your brain and body so they work with you rather than against you, so you can make the healthy choices that can actually set you up for a lifelong healthier path instead of the path you're currently on. All right, so that's our TR90 system. And from a business standpoint, these age-lock solutions, this retuning of the system and the cells, is actually already a $4.5 billion brand just since it released in the last few years, okay, as part of the overall culture of this company, which has been around for over 30 years. And now, let's move to this. How many of you have an electronic device in your hand, or know you spend maybe more time than you want on electronics or in artificial light? Any of you experience that? Okay. This is what's exciting, what's about to be released. We're in pre-release right now. Many of us are looking for ways to reconnect with the natural world. How many of you know people who are trying to get away from chemicals, have more healthy lifestyle, more healthy products in their home? All right. Well, we have actually partnered with one of the leading ethnobotanists in the world, Dr. Paul Cox, who developed our Epic line to develop a line of Epic essential oils. Now, how many of you have had a chance to use essential oils before? You'll get a chance to see the table. You'll get a chance to hear more after the break about these oils from someone who has a lot of experience using them. One of the highlights from a scientific and medical standpoint I want to mention is that what Nu Skin is doing is taking its level of scientific equipment that they've used to create this kind of science, and that can measure things to a minute amount, to parts per billion, to actually create oils that are of a level of potency and purity that we can actually measure and confirm beyond what's been possible in the industry today. And they're actually helping reset standards in the industries. And everyone that I know that loves and has experience with oils, that's had a chance to try these, is extremely impressed with the quality, the purity, and the potency of these oils and their way of reconnecting with the natural world and really feeling better. And there's a lot of benefits, and again, you'll hear more later today. Also, as we mentioned, 25 cents of every Epic product goes back to different projects around the world, improving the world. So as you're feeling better, you're also improving the world around you. How many of you, that would be a benefit to you? And from a business standpoint, that's a social, responsible business, if you will. And that's what is part of our mission, to make a difference. Lastly, on products is, again, here's that word, innovation. Okay? We have a whole culture of innovation. So what's happening, and I want you to think about this, what's coming, both from the standpoint for your own personal future, because if you just stay alive a little bit longer, it's going to get even better. Okay? And from a business standpoint, if you put your business cap on, think about what's here if you learn to position with us with this as a business. So Epic Essential Oils, there's a preview release tomorrow and then a full release in July, okay? And then something called Age Lock Youth coming in November, I believe, right? And what this is interesting, how many of you have ever taken a nutritional supplement? All right? This is actually going to be a revolutionized type of supplement in that the capsule, you're going to take fewer capsules. It's actually going to have liquid and solid, I understand, in the same capsule, okay? And remember I talked about that retuning? So far in our work with LifeGym, we've been able to retune a single system or area at a time, okay? What this is going to be the culmination of all their 30 years of work combined with our 75 scientists and all their work, okay, to actually create a supplement that's going to retune multiple systems in your body from head to toe just from a few capsules a day, from a unique blend of ingredients in nature that you could not get no matter how healthy you ate. You could not get this just from a healthy diet. How many of you that would be pretty cool? Retune your system from head to toe, okay? But just by taking this, that's coming later this year, okay? Not very far away. And then this, last thing here. How many of you have ever used a printer and had to replace the cartridges in your printers? Or cartridges in a coffee machine for coffee, okay? Think of this from a business standpoint and from a personal standpoint. What if you had a device on your counter now? I'm gonna ask the guys and even some women, how many of you get a little tired of or would never do this in the first place? You don't want to open all kinds of jars and creams and put stuff on your face and everything every day. How many of you, that's a little bit challenging, especially guys, okay? But let me ask you this. What if twice a day you could put your hand in here, not touch anything, not open anything, you put your hand there, it goes whoop, and it puts a unique mixture tailored to your skin that you put on your face twice a day that erases lines and wrinkles, takes care of sagging, helps you look younger, feel better. Would that be valuable to you? Would that be kind of cool? And from a business standpoint, you realize there's nothing like that on the market today, all right? And these cartridges, what happens? You get addicted to that and you start reordering every month. Addicted in a good way, all right? In a good way, all right? All right, think of it from a business standpoint, just like your ink cartridges for your printer or for coffee. One of the things about innovation, it changes the way we do things. What this is going to do is going to change the way we do aging. So whether you're interested in this from a personal basis or from a business basis, this is what's coming over the next year and a half. All right, so we're very excited. Also, not only the products that go with the scanner, but everything has a guarantee associated with it because these products work. And that's why this company has been able to grow so much.